guys, let me ask you this. Do you sometimes wish that April was a turtle?
Whoa, definitely.
Conceptually, that works for me.
Oh, bro, I've been trying to talk her into an interspecies relationships for months now.
Whoa, rap. Chill, man.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What's up, guys? It's your boy T, and recently I watched the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie, and it really surprised my expectations. I was not expecting this movie to be as fun as it was. In this video, I'm going to explain the likes and dislikes of this movie, and then I'm going to rate it out of 10 like I usually do. So let's get right into it. So let me start off with my likes. I love how the Ninja Turtles actually feel like actual teenagers. I feel like when it comes to a lot of the movies that they made, they kind of missed the mark on it. The 2007 TMNT movie, they felt more like adults than they did teenagers, and the same thing with the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It felt the same way. They felt like older teenagers, more like adults, young adults, more than actual teens. And in this movie, they're voiced by actual teenagers. And the thing is, with the Ninja Turtles themselves, they act as actual brothers, and how they would, I feel, be around this age, especially in this generation, because this movie is definitely not for everyone, at least when it comes to the TMNT fans. This is not going to be for everyone. I know a lot of people, myself included, that actually do like the more serious, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stories, like The Last Ronin and things that have come before that. But this film, this is more targeted to bring new fans in and really get the kids into a newer version of the Turtles. And I feel like they did that by making the characters very relatable. On top of that, I love the art style. I like the fact that these animated movies nowadays are getting inspired by the Spider-Verse animation, and in this one I feel like it works with the Turtles so well. I feel like with this type of aesthetic, it felt like the animation was almost incompleted, but it just fits so well. And on top of that, it shows how fun the world of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is, because the thing is, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they are popular, but not as popular as the Avengers or the Justice League. And that's because a lot of people don't really know how fun these stories could be. They don't need to always be so serious. They could be fun as well, and they really did that with this movie. On top of that, one thing that made me really laugh about this movie, because this movie is a comedy. Don't get it twisted. This is a comedy for sure. This is what they were aiming for, and I feel like they got that. This movie feels hella New York, and the movie knows this. Every second they can, they will mention something about New York or some sort of stereotype. And the thing is, they just work with that and they keep pushing that forward. This movie is very self-aware of what it is, and I really can appreciate that. The thing that stole the show for this movie is Ice Cube as Superfly and Paul Rudd as Mando Gecko. Because first of all, I did not even know Paul Rudd was Mando Gecko at all. I didn't know that this whole film. And he was one of the funniest parts of the movie. And Ice Cube as Superfly, you could just tell he was just having fun with the character, bro. Because yeah, he was equal menacing, and on top of that, just hilarious at the same time. Superfly kind of feels like that type of person that you would hang out with up until he just becomes a murderous psychopath that's just trying to take over New York. So I feel like that's also very good. And I like how they have comparisons between Superfly and Master Splinter, but Master Splinter is something that I have to get into, which is now my dislikes of the movie. I didn't really like Master Splinter, and I feel like this is more of my preference sort of thing, because I feel like a lot of people like this version of him. But the reason why I don't like him is because he doesn't really do anything, and usually Master Splinter doesn't do that much in any of the media as it is, except like maybe having a few fights. And he does fight in this movie it actually looked pretty cool, but he didn't feel like the Master Splinter that we're all used to. And I understand that this is a very different movie. This is for a different generation. So I feel like I just got to get used to it first. And on top of that, certain jokes, yes, the movie is very funny, but certain jokes just miss for me. Like, I'm sorry, I don't need to see Michelangelo throwing it back for the camera. I don't find those type of jokes funny, but again, this is a kids movie, so I know a lot of kids will find that hilarious. So this is just my personal preference. On top of that, we have Bebop and Rocksteady. Now, first, Seth Rogen as Bebop and John Cena as Rocksteady is genius, because every time they spoke, it made me feel good inside, but they didn't really have much of like character to them. They were just around. They were just around, just doing random things and just going wherever the story wanted them to go, and that was really it. So maybe in the future, when they have future movies, they'll do more with them, because a lot of people love Bebop and Rocksteady. That's they're mostly the reason as to why people went to go see the second Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movie. They used to shove them in all of the advertisement and everything like that. So in the future, I hope they do more with them. And the last thing that I didn't really like was the ending. Because one thing I like about the Ninja Turtles stories is the fact that they have to work to get accepted by humans, right? For example, right, they're mutants. So this movie is not very realistic because, again, it's an animated movie, so I'm not expecting it to. But in the beginning of the movie, they show that people were afraid of them at first and everything like that. The whole thing that happened in New York when Superfly started attacking, I feel like that was a good chance to start a storyline that will span across however many films that they're going to make. You know, I feel like in this movie, if they just ended it off as the New Yorkers believing that the Ninja Turtles were responsible, it would be very cool. It would almost have like a Spider-Man type feel to it, as is he a friend or is he a foe? Is he a hero or a menace? It could have the same feel for the Ninja Turtles, and let's just say in a future film they bring in Krang and they stop a whole invasion, then they'll become the heroes of New York like they're supposed to. And in this movie, they just kind of be like, oh, April O'Neil just went to a news podcast and now they're heroes of the city, and now they could just go to school and everything like that. It's very weird, and again, I feel like it's mostly because I'm used to the Turtles being a certain way. It wasn't bad storytelling at all. It's just my personal preference, and I know a lot of people who would agree with me with that. I feel like maybe in a future movie that could have happened, but again, my personal preference. But other than that, I feel like the movie was pretty solid. It was funny. It was cute. This was a cute-ass movie, all right? I'm not even going to front. This movie was adorable, and I feel like this is a very good step in the right direction for the Ninja Turtles going forward and giving us fans something different, something brand new. Oh, and the last thing, I did not like the fact that they learned their martial arts from movies. I didn't like that. And I know this is a movie about mutated turtles doing kung fu. I understand that. But me as a turtle fan, I did not like that. I can't really explain as to why. It just, I'm sorry. There's no way that you could become a master at martial arts just by watching shows. But that's my last thing. Anyway, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is a 8 out of 10. What did you guys think about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, leave a like on the video. That way I know you guys like these type of videos. And also press the subscribe button. We are on our way to 200 subscribers, baby. We are on our way there. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And tune in next week when we talk about all things gaming, comics, and entertainment. Peace.